Hello, good afternoon, all of you. Today we are going to learn about the FTP command. In the previous lecture, we have seen about the FTP model. Before that, we have already seen about the FTP and telnet. Now, let us see a few things, few commands related to FTP command. There are different type of FTP command. One is the access control command, transfer parameter command, and FTP server command. Let's discuss one by one. First is the access control command. You know what is the access? We are talking about the authorization and authentication from the client and the server end. For this, we need a command before establishing a connections. Therefore, we have to know or learn about this command for proper establishing connection between client and the server. User. Character string allowing the user to be identified. User identification is necessary to establish a communication over the data channel. What does it mean? Character string allowing the user to be identified. Maybe if you have a Gmail account, if you have some other things, definitely the character string is required. You may have a Ravi Kumar at the rate xy gmail.com, or you may say that you can say that xyz2234 at gmail.com. So first thing is the character. Character may be anything, whether alphabets or number. Basically it is used to identify the user, but mark my word that username first start with alphabets, letter. Now the next is the password. Password character string specifying the user password. This string must be immediately preceded with the user command. When user give the user ID, then password is required to establish a connections. It falls to the client to hide the display of this command for the security reasons. Basically, when validating the password, definitely it hide to display because of the security reasons. Third is the ACCT. That means account. Character string represent the user accounts. User account means that if user have the account, then they will definitely FTP account. In that case, they can send a request for some data from the server end. For example, if you are sitting in at in your office at Patna and you have your head office in Mumbai and you want to access some data. For accessing those data, you need an account to access those data. If you do that, if you have the account, then you can access it. Otherwise, you will be treated as unauthorized user. Your authentication is invalid in that case. The command is not necessary. Doing the response accepting the password, if the response is 230, this stage is not necessary. What it is, if you have the account, in that case, there is no need for using the ACT command since the response accepting password, if response is 230, then this is not necessary. If it is response is 332, in that case, we have to check whether the user have account ID or not. All right, let's move further. More command about the access control. CW, change working directory. This is very common directory, you know already. I think you must have learned this command in DOS operating this operating system commands. You have learned so many commands in this operating systems. Therefore, these are the command you can understand easily. Change working directory. This command enable the current directory to be changed. For example, if you're working on C drives, it is possible that you can change it to the D drives. This command requires the directory access path to be fulfilled as an argument. CDUP change to the parent directory. CDUP means change to the parent directory. Parent directory means maybe your C drive will be treated as a parent directory if you are working in D drives, so you can change it to the C drives. This will allow you to go back to the parent directory. So this CDUP command work like this. Another things SMNT, which is structure mounting, reinitialization, QUIT, you all know about this. Basically, to terminate your connections, terminate your FTP sessions. In that case, we use the quit command. Server will wait to finish the transfer in progress if needed arises. That means if you are quitting, in that case, they will raise something that transfer is going on and it is in the progress. If no work is doing at the server end, in that case, your session will be terminated. Your connection will be closed. So you can have understood about the various command of control, access control. Let's have look some transfer parameter command. Here, PORT, port. What is port? Character string along the port number used to be identified. Everything I have already told that while exchange of data, exchange of files, yeah, transfer of file, we need a port number. For this, we use the command port. Next is PSB. What is this PSB? Command making it possible to indicate to the DTP server to stand by for a connection on a specific port chosen random from among the available port. Response to this command is the IP address of the machine and the port. Basically, this command is used to get the response about the IP address of the machine and the port. Next is the type, what kind of connections is, what kind of format the data is or client is looking for. Next is the transfer parameter commands. Structure unit. What is here? STRU, telnet character for specifying the file structures. Struct as the name represent, structure means about the file. F for file, R for record, P for page. Mode, telnet character specifying the data transfer mode. Maybe a stream mode, maybe it is for the block mode, maybe it is for the compress mode, and each have different way to represent it. If you talk about the structures, F stand for file, R stand for records, and P stand for page. Now for the mode, transfer mode, we have S for stream, B for block, C for compressed. Next, FTP service command. We have already seen right now that what is the access control commands, what is the transfer parameter command. Now, next and last topic is FTP service command. Well, we must aware of this service command. Let's have a look. RETR command. This command is retrieve ask the server DTP for a copy of the file whose access file is given in the parameter. Store. This command asks the server DTP to store the data sent over the data channels and store them in a file bearing the name given in the parameter. If the file does not exist, the server creates it, and if not, it overrides it. So you have seen RETR as namesake. Basically, if you want to retrieve data from the server end or you want a copy of your file, in that case, we will use this command. And for a store, when the server, when we receive the data, definitely is asked to the server to server's DTP data transfer process to accept the data sent over the data channel and store them in a file bearing the name. Bearing the means name of the file should be indicated and where this file will be stored. That means the proper locations. And it may be possible that the same file will be or available at that location. In that case, what will happen? It may be possible that the same file name, same size file name will exist over there. Then server, then what will happen? At that point of time, if same file is available, then it will be overwrite the file. Next command is stou. What is this command? This command is identical to the previous one. These are similar to as we have used stor and here stou. What is this? Let us see. It asks the server to create a file where the name is unique. Where, look at there, stor, basically for storing the file. Maybe same or maybe different. But here we are talking about the file name should be unique. The name of file is returned in response. That means we have to store only those files whose name is unique. For this, we need stou command. Now, next is the service FTP command. What is service FTP command? APPE, append. What is this? Data sent is concatenated into the file bearing the name given the parameter if it is already exist. If not, it is created. Append means just to uh, adjust or join the two different files. ALLO means allocate. This command asks the server to plan a storage space big enough to hold the file whose name is given the arguments. What does mean? All the file will be stored at the particular locations. And if the file is based, then this is job of the server to give the storage space. Next is the rest. Basically, this command is used to restart. It enables the transfer to be restarted from where it is stopped. It may be possible that due to some problems, due to network issue, file is not able to transfer properly. In that case, what will happen? Then it may be possible that we can restart the file transfer. So let us see some more commands. Service command abor. This is the abort command. It tells the server DTP to abandon all the files. Abort command this is. That means it uh, transfer will stop immediately when we use these commands. It will take the DTP server to stop transferring, and if it is not closed, then not do anything. DLE, basically this is a delete files. If this command allow a file to be deleted. So next FTP server command is RMT, remove directory. It enable the directory to be deleted. Name of directory to be deleted as indicated in the parameter. Next is the mkb commands. This is also very easy. You can see basically to make the new directory. This command you have already learned and already used in DOS prompt. If you have done use the DOS command, definitely it is very easy for you to understand FTP service command. Now, what is problem with FTP? Let us see. FTP does not interpret with the content of the file transfer in the binary mode. This can cause a problem. That is, a file of 32-bit floating point number where the representation is different on two computers. So FTP does not interpret the content of the file transfer in binary mode. This can cause the problem that is the file of the 32-bit floating point number, where the representation different on two computers. It may be possible that the content of file may have different representations on different computer. So it is very difficult to interpret the content of the file or to understand the file. It does not use strong authentication. This is the second problem with FTP. It is based on password login, which can be guessed or discovered by cyber criminals using sniffer. It may be possible because uh, definitely the authentication should be very much strong, as the hacker will definitely crack your username and password. So these are problem in FTP. Let's have some more thing about the FTP. FTP send a file in clear plain formats. Clear plain means completely binary format. This is the problem. The main reason that website get hacked is because they are being updated with insecure FTP transfers. It may be possible that your data or file may be hacked or used by someone else. Therefore, authentication or security is weak in FTP command. This is the problem in FTP. Okay. What is secure? I have already discussed what the 10s secure cell we have discussed. Now here is the secure FTP. Definitely the whatever the demerit of FTP that need to be updated with the help of secure FTP. That's it. In short form, we say SFTP or secure FTP is a program that use SSH. What is SSH? Secure shell to transfer both the file. Unlike an standard FTP, it encrypts both. I have told that for strong authentications, we need encryption and decryption of username passwords. This will prevent definitely the guessing of username and password from the hacker or from the cyber criminals. That's why we say this secure FTP is much more secure and authenticated. It is functionally similar to FTP because it uses different protocols to transfer data client FTP from client FTP to FTP client to FTP server. You can use SFTP with a graphical SFTP client or at the command line. That means you can use graphical as well as command based FTP. More thing about FTP, more secure FTP product use encryptions and X.509 certificates, which gives the standardization for securing your file and folders. There are numerous encryption algorithms used in the secure FTP product. For example, DS, 3DS, CAST 120, Blowfish, AES 120, and other, and so on. So this is all about the secure FTP. I hope you have already understood very well about the FTP because we have already converted the things in three lectures: FTP, first, second is the FTP model, and next is the FTP commands. Hopefully you understand it. And if you have any problem, comment, drop your questions in the comment box, and definitely I will respond as soon as possible. Thank you, all of you. Have a nice day and good luck.